Hi, good morning. Let go. My cat's like playing tug-of-war with my damn yarn. Oh my god. Cusco, knock it off. It is okay. My cat's still being a little hellion. Oh shoot. I can tell it's gonna be one of those days. Yes, I am making a blanket. My yarn's all tangled. Cusco, you need to move. Go play with your toys. Hi. Thank you. I love this yarn. Probably the Broncos. No, I'm making a blanket, but my cat likes to think it's for him. I do make tutorials. That is what my page is about. But I lost my hook. Where did I put it? I was so worried about my cat not messing with the yarn that I lost my hook. I figured I would go live early today. There's no reason I wouldn't. What do you mean by that? I am making a throw blanket. This is how long it is so far. It's pretty long. My cat is going nuts this morning. Thank you. I'm gonna pin your comment. In the very beginning, I was nervous, but I used to go live on TikTok all the time, and I would have a few thousand people in my live, and so that kind of broke my nerves. Usually I go live like an hour from now. I am making a throw blanket. So a blanket smaller than what you would put on your bed, essentially. Something to just wrap up in. Hi, Molly. It honestly probably doesn't save me much time because I crochet as well. This was just what I started doing before I learned to crochet. It's a good, like, gateway into using yarn because surprisingly, making things with yarn is a lot harder than what people think because you got to learn your tension and all that. And this is a good tool to help that. I should. I'm not very good at freehanding plushies, and so I only have like 2 tutorials on how to make plushies. But I should come up with a new one. I'm good, how are you? I learned to crochet 2 years ago. This isn't crochet though, this is loom knitting. I learned to loom knit 3 years ago. I might actually crochet towards the end. I'm not sure yet because I do really want to finish this blanket, and I don't do it unless I'm live because I'm also market prepping, and so I just crochet when I'm not live, and so being live makes me focus on doing this, but we'll see. I haven't crocheted on live in a few days. This is an Afghan loom. I was trying to go live every single day, but then, like, you know, there were certain days I didn't want to, but I have been trying to go live a lot more often. Thank you. I like it too. I will never crochet another one. Each strand had like 40 different steps, and there's like 100 different strands. It took forever. So it's just gonna remain on my shelf. I have one cat and one dog. Typically if I'm focused on it, it takes like a week to 3 weeks. This though has been on my loom for like a year because it's for me. If it was for someone, then I would have gotten it done faster, but I might crochet a border on this. I don't know yet. I thought a cream border would be really cute. We'll see. You have 7 animals? Geesh. That's so many. I got this loom at Joann's. It was about $30 or so. What kind of character? You don't do the last one. I mean, I could have skipped one, but if you're talking about this one, you don't put yarn on it, so that way there's 2 edges of the blanket. If that's what you were talking about. If I skipped one, it's fine. Luckily with this type of project, it's super forgiving, so like if you double wrap or if you skip one and start the next process, it's super easy to fix. My favorite thing to do is crochet. Whatever character I want. Cusco from Emperor's New Groove. That's also my cat's name. It's like my comfort movie. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. There's like this piece of the yarn. I might cut it. I don't see any scissors near me, of course. Then I won't cut it. I don't know what my favorite animal is, to be honest. I like all animals. Oh sweet, there's scissors right here. Thank you. I have a tutorial on my page if you actually do want to learn. What color did I? This is called loom knitting. This is not crocheting. It's different. But I'm loom knitting a throw blanket. It's different than knitting knitting with needles, and it's different than crocheting. It's its own category. I was just thinking the same thing. Oh, sweet, and the colors align too. Oh, awesome. I'm from Oregon. I've never seen Harry Potter. I have full tutorials on my page if you do want to learn. Come on, I thought I was just, okay, good. It's like I just cut my yarn to avoid having to untangle. I just have never seen it. My family was really religious when I was growing up, and we weren't allowed to watch stuff like that. And after I left the religion, I just never had any desire. I heard they're good though. My bad. I have to move my loom constantly. I didn't realize you guys couldn't see. Right now I'm just wrapping every single peg with yarn. Thanks for letting me know you couldn't see. And right now I am just taking the bottom strand, I don't know if you can see it, and just taking it and flipping it over the top. Then I go back and just push it down. Oop. And I'll just repeat that process over and over. I'm making a throw blanket. I have just a little bit of yarn left, and I'm so happy to get it off my loom and to have a nice blanket. I might crochet like a cream border, like, or whitish. I'm from Oregon. Honestly, you're not the first person that has said that. A lot of people say that. This is called an Afghan loom. I'm loom knitting. It must be like the color of the yarn that people are drawn to. They're like, ooh, or something. I don't know. I'm making a blanket. Hi. How big is the loom? It's not huge, but oh, how big is the blanket? It'll be 60 inches wide and it's about this long so far. So not huge, but it honestly is not super tedious to me, at least. Like, you're just repeating the same step over and over again. I was not live yesterday. This is terrible, but I got a new game and have been obsessing over it. So I was just playing games yesterday. Are you meaning like left for the blanket? I have this much left. And then it's finished. This is for making blankets. So the loom itself cost about $30, and then I used around 1,300 yards of yarn, and I think that was about $60. Obviously you can't reuse the yarn, but you can reuse the loom, so. This is actually a single layer, so I'll show you in a second. If you were to wrap every single peg, then it would be like a tube. Where is it? So this first peg that has like the black arrow, your yarn never goes around it. And so there's one edge and the second edge. If you were to wrap yarn on this peg, then it would be a tube in a double layer, which would be super heavy. Because when this blanket's done, it's 5 pounds. So it's a decent blanket. Ooh. It takes me anywhere from like 1 week to finish to 3 weeks on average. This one's just been forever because I haven't wanted to do it. They might. They're also called infinity looms and S looms and stuff like that. So I usually sell my blankets. This is the only one that I'm keeping for myself, and that's why it's taken, you know, a year for me to finish because I have no deadline. I don't know how many hours it takes me. I do not count. If I kept all of the blankets I've made, my house would be filled with blankets. I think I've made 60 blankets on this loom. I only have one loom. So yeah, your project's stuck on the loom and you can only make one blanket until it's finished. Literally. So I got this loom at Joann's. I know Amazon sells them. I think Hobby Lobby. Thank you. It is early morning for me. I am making a blanket. It is going to be 60 inches wide. And then however long till my yarn runs out. I don't know how long it is. It's probably going to be a short blanket, but I'm just done. Don't want to do this anymore. I might crochet a border around it. I'll probably do that because I think it'll look good. They are in the beginning. Not once you get used to it though. I got this at Joann's. I know most craft stores sell them. You can see how long it is. I will show you once I'm done with this. Once I'm like completely finished, I'll make a video and show everyone. Everyone's always like, show me the finished product, but by the time that I even make another video, my blanket's gone and sold. Luckily, I'm going to be keeping this one, so if anyone ever wants to see a finished product, I already have it, which is going to be so nice. So this is called a knitting loom. So it's not like knitting with needles, it's not like crochet, it's its own category. So it helps you make a blanket. You pretty much just wrap all but one of these pegs 2 times, and then you take the bottom strand and you push it over the top and repeat the process. This is how long it is. So it's not like super long, but this is a knitting loom. It's not super tedious, to be honest. Once you get the hang of it, you're just repeating the same 2 steps over and over. Well, 3 if you count pushing down the yarn. So you wrap the pegs, and then you just flip the yarn over the top and push down the yarn and repeat. Oh, are you? That's awesome. I actually learned on YouTube. That's why I make tutorials now. Same with crocheting. I learned how to crochet on YouTube, so I started making tutorials. You can use a straw. That's like a little hack, but I'm using the actual tool. I think it was a few dollars, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna buy the actual thing. It's called a Loom pen. Looks like this, but you can use a straw. I'm making a blanket. I'm like right at the little last bit of my yarn, so it keeps tangling. Hi. Ugh. Might have to cut this yarn. It kind of just depends person to person. I wouldn't necessarily say it's easier than crocheting, but it's what I learned to do first before I learned to crochet, so let's see if this will make it to the end before I tie them back together. Sweet. Yes, this is different than crocheting. This one's taken me a lot longer. It's because it's for myself, so I don't have a deadline. It's been on my loom for like a year. I do not sell my blankets. I sell my plushies though. I have a crochet business. If I do sell my blankets, it's like hit or miss, random, oh, I'm gonna make a blanket kind of thing. Oh no. One thing I hate about getting to the end of the yarn. Constant tangles. But I'm at the point where I don't care and I'll just cut it out. I'm not gonna sit here and untangle. I have this much yarn left. So a lot, but not a lot. My first crochet project was a bee. I started out with plushies. My business is called Imperial Bee, like B-E-E, Creations on Etsy. The loom cost of about $30. You can get it on sale, and then the yarn, I want to say, was about $30 as well per bundle, and I used 2 because it comes in like 500 yard cakes. So about $60 in yarn. And then you just have to buy the loom once, obviously. You can reuse it. No, it's not bad at all. But a lot of people, like, when you tell them, oh, it's $60 to make the blanket, they're like, why would I make a blanket or want to make one when I can just go to Walmart and buy one for $20? People don't understand. It just depends. This is, for me, it would be faster to crochet it just because I know how, but when I first started loom knitting, I didn't know how to crochet, and so this was a lot easier. Just depends person to person. I feel like this was a great hobby to like get into, to learn like your tension and stuff before learning to crochet or knit, so. Right, not a lot of people think like that though. My favorite blanket that I've made, this one. No, I had made one other blanket for myself. It was really cute. It was yellow and like brown and tan. I loved the yarn. And my dad's cat was not a very good cat, peed on it, and I tried to wash it like 6 different times and it just wouldn't come out, so I had to throw it all away. I was so upset. I know. It's like, are you kidding me? The one time I make a blanket for myself. That was like 2 years ago I made it. It wasn't even off the loom yet, so I didn't even get to like enjoy it or anything. Oh, that's awesome. Maybe. Oh, this blanket's getting, like, awkward to move around. Why would you say I'm not live? What does that even mean? Like, this is a recording? That's cute. Oh, that's awesome. I try to reply to everyone, but I mean, there is a few people that I just overlook. Oh, that's cool. Hi. It usually takes a few weeks. I don't know about hours. I do not count hours on any of my projects. I feel like it would give me anxiety to know that it took me this many hours to finish something. I mean, I'm not doing it all the time. Right. And then I'll be crocheting a border. I don't know what type of border. I might just do a simple one. I wonder if it'll look weird. Thank you. Let's see how many I've gotten this live. Yeah, I would use different yarn to crochet a border. I was thinking about just using like cream yarn or just white. But I don't know yet. We'll see if I even want to do that after. I might just be like, I never want to see that blanket again. No, it's gonna go on my chair. I'm sure my cat or my dog will claim it, but that's why I'm doing it right now. For my craft room. It is extra work. We'll see though. I know it'll look better. He'll probably destroy it, knowing my little hellion of a cat. My dog would never. He's too sweet. You do not have to donate to me. Thank you, though. I'm using an Afghan loom, yes, or an infinity loom or an S loom. There's many names. Yes, I am live. My name's Mariah. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so cute. I have loomed knit a cat blanket before. Who knows if it's still in one piece. Another thing I hate is trying to get the knots through, okay, good, through the loom pen itself. It can be hard. I am 24. I'm getting up there in age. I am making a blanket. I love to hear that. A lot of people actually talk bad about the loom. They say it's not, that I'm cheating. I get so many hate comments. You know, I feel 19, but the other day I was like, I can't remember who I was talking to, but we were talking about COVID times, and I think they were like 20, and I go, oh yeah, like, said something about me being in 8th grade, like forever ago, and they go, oh yeah, it was during COVID times when I was in 8th grade. I was like, geez, I'm old. COVID to me, it feels like it was last year, but it wasn't. Right. It just depends person to person. It was hard for me in the beginning. I can't tell you how it would be for you. All I do know is that if you keep trying, it'll get easier. Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, that's rough. I cannot imagine being a nurse when COVID started. I am making a blanket. Thank you. I am so close to being done, and I am so happy. My goal is to like finish it while I'm on live sometime. I don't know if that'll be today, probably not today. Who knows when, but my goal is to one day finish it on live. Oh, I don't care what people say about me. I have heard every single thing. It does not bother me. I honestly like to use different stitches. So just depends. Are you talking like if I crochet a border? I have no idea what I would do. I'd probably just do like a half double crochet or something like that. It's a bigger stitch, so I feel like I would only have to do like 2 passes or something. It is super relaxing and it's satisfying. I have full tutorials if you want to learn. I don't make clothing because I find it intimidating also. I made one hexagon sweater, I think that's, or a hexa cardigan. Hexi cardigan, I think is what it was called. And I was so excited and was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cute. And then I finished it and I was like, this is the ugliest thing I have ever seen. And it was only my fault. So I've made one sweater and I'm never gonna do it again. This is what the blanket looks like right now. I was just wanting a hobby, and so I found this on TikTok. It's like, oh, I can do that. Started doing that, and then I thought I could learn how to knit because I knew how to do this. I could not. I could knit like a square. And then I moved to crocheting to see if it was easier, and I picked up crocheting super easy. So really, I just wanted a hobby. Knitting is hard. But I was determined to try to learn. Honestly, are you talking about like these? This is just the yarn. I'm doing the same stitch over and over again. I'm doing nothing different. It's just the color of the yarn. Have you started loom knitting? I feel like these blankets are great Christmas gifts too. The first year when I first started loom knitting, everyone got a blanket. Hi. Right. I love this yarn. What does get frustrating is that I have used yarn like this before, and the design was different. And so half the baby blanket was like this way and the other half was like up and down. It was really weird. I don't know how it did it. It was the same exact color, same exact brand, everything. I hated it. I had to get rid of it or throw it away, start over. Oh, it's okay. I am loom knitting. Ooh. It typically takes a few weeks. Just depends. I get distracted. I'll put it down for hours, days. It'll be done soon. I can't say if it uses less. Oh my, I can't speak. I can't say if it uses less yarn, like tongue-tied, less yarn than regular knitting because I'm not very good at regular knitting. But that is a good question. It's terrible. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Every single time that I've started a blanket, like every single time that I've crocheted a blanket, I've stopped like halfway through and never picked it up again. I live in Oregon, the United States. Every single time I leave Oregon, I can't wait to come back, so I don't think I'll ever move. It's so pretty here. Hi. I'm so glad that my cat is not being a hellion right now. He's sleeping. It is. I do not like Portland. I try not to go there as much as possible. I'm not a fan. Eastern Oregon is very different. That's for sure. That's what I love though. It's like every corner of Oregon is so different. Yeah, Portland does have crazy people. That's for sure. I almost broke my yarn. I would have been so mad. Actually, I wouldn't have been because it's an easy fix, but... Thank you. That's very nice. I can always tell when my tension was tighter than other spots. Yeah, my tension was really loose right here. Which is fine. Just not good. You would just retie it. Super easy fix. I've been working on this throw blanket for way too long. Like a year probably. But that's not a year consistently. Honestly, if it was like every single day, probably like 2 weeks. But it's terrible. I get bored and put it down and like put it in the closet or something and never touch it for like months. I started doing this 3 years ago. About. I don't normally loom knit anymore. I mostly crochet, but occasionally I will, because people are very interested in what I'm doing when I am loom knitting, that I try to keep doing it. And my channel's loom knit and crocheting tutorials, but were you meaning like when I started the blanket or when I started the hobby? I've made like 60 blankets on this loom. I've made a lot of blankets. You totally should learn this. I feel like handmade things are dying out. Like, even when I go to craft sales and stuff, at least like a quarter of everyone, it's just resale items. Like things people have bought at like Goodwill or thrift stores and garage sales, and they're trying to sell it. It's because we live in such a throwaway society. Oh, you actually could, yeah. All you would do is you wouldn't skip one of the pegs, and you would just make a tube. And then you could sew up the end. I think that if you made a sleeping bag out of yarn like this, it would be way too hot. This blanket is so heavy. Right. Luckily, this is my hobby, and so I feel like I pretty much charge for how much the yarn is. But I still think it's a good hobby, like, you know, to know for yourself and to be able to, like, give your family stuff and... This is super satisfying. This is my favorite step. I wish that I didn't have to do anything else except for this step. I hate doing the next step. No, I don't hate doing it, but... I know, that's why I make videos for it. Because I know everyone likes watching that part. But it's such a short step. Like, the next process is like 10 minutes circling the pegs only takes like a minute or two. It's not very long, unfortunately. I love these colors too. I got it from Joann's. This next step, like, this step is satisfying, it's just not as satisfying as the other one. And it's not as fun to watch. I can see your comment. I almost busted my yarn again. Hi, Tilly. I don't know how wide the actual loom itself is. It's not terribly wide. I do not sell my blankets. If I do, it's just random, at random times. I mostly sell my crochet stuff. Oh, it is gonna be 60 inches wide. Thank you. Janice Droplet. I am making a throw blanket. Oh, really? That is so cool. Thanks for watching. That's what I'm talking about. I feel like no one like passes down things anymore. I think that's so awesome. Yeah, I understand that. How has the yarn held up over the years? That's what I'm curious about. I speak in English. Bye. Where did I leave off? Oh, right here. I am not crocheting. This is different. This is called loom knitting. It's not like knitting with needles. It's its own category. Oh, I see, I see. I'm curious if you didn't, how the yarn would have held up. This is a blanket. Do you mean like which region of the United States? I'm from the Pacific Northwest. I'm from Oregon. That's so crazy. That's awesome. Oh yeah, you can make blankets like that, like granny squares. I have never made a granny square, which is crazy. This is loom knitting. This is not crocheting. It's very different. I have a full tutorial on my page if you actually do want to learn. I thought about making a new tutorial because the tutorial I made is pretty old. It usually takes me a few weeks. Now that's not me consistently doing that or doing it. That's me getting distracted. Oh my gosh. When I see people making doilies, I think it's insane. And lace, oh, so great. Blows my mind. Oh, I'm sure. They'll probably disintegrate in your hand if you touch them or mess with them too much. That's so crazy. I'm making a throw blanket. It's not a crochet hook. It's just like a little tiny hook. I've been doing this blanket for way too long because it's for me. It's been on my loom for like a year. It is really crazy. I think it's so awesome. That's what's really satisfying to me, is watching people make lace. That's so awesome. Oh no, that's with me putting it down and putting it in my closet for 6 months. Or for like 10 months. I have not been doing it for very long. It's because I start focusing on my crocheting and forget, oh yeah, I have a blanket I was making. Maybe I should finish it. I got this loom at Joann's. What do you mean? Oh no. I hate when that happens. It used to happen so much when I first started loom knitting that like I would get to be like halfway done with my project and I would accidentally loosen my tension and it would all unravel. Not the whole project, but just winding the yarn or doing the pegs. I do have Snapchat, but it's for personal use. I don't typically give out my social media. I mean, my TikTok and my Instagram's different, but that's it. Oh, I forgot I have coffee. It's not super long, but it's getting there. I actually prefer crocheting. Crocheting is my favorite. But I learned to loom knit first. It's getting too long. It's getting hard to like flip my loom around. Oh no, that sucks. That's what I did too. I learned to loom knit before I learned to crochet. I felt like it was a great way to learn how to crochet because it teaches you about tension and how to work with yarn. I made a blanket for a queen size bed. I am making a throw blanket. A throw blanket. I've crocheted a lot of stuff. I actually have my entire inventory right next to me if you want to see. I'm currently working on an elephant because I am market prepping. What do you want to see first? I have a dragon, bee, giraffe, cows, hippos. What do you want to see first? I do have tutorials. That is what my entire page is about, is tutorials. well, not my entire page, but loom knitting and crochet tutorials and related things. Okay, I'll show you. I'll just show you it all. Let's get that out of there. This is the dragon. Don't know how I feel, but I think it's kind of cute. These are the hippos. This is a knitting loom. This is a strawberry milk cow. This is Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus gnomes for Christmas. I have 2 bees with no wings because I need to make the wings. What else is in here? Here, watch out, Roy. You should try. I have an elephant. Chickens. I have lots of things. My favorite. These are my favorite. My giant pink Yoshi. I'll never make another one. It's a pain in the butt. The Yoshi was a pain in the butt. I'll never make another one. I have a pink one and that one. Yeah, I don't know who that is or what that is. Same. I don't know what that is. Oh, well. Kids are so odd. Oh no, my cat's awake. He's gonna go crazy, I bet. Oh. Did you have a good nap? Come here. Oh, hello. He should be. That's for sure. His name's Cusco. Or Koozie. He's currently chasing his tail right now. He was just napping, so I'm sure he's gonna get a burst of energy. It's from like Emperor's New Groove. It's one of my favorite movies, even though it's a kid's movie. So good. Oh no. That would be me. Oh, that's so nice. I could never foster, ever. I would never get rid of them. Come on, Cusco. I want to show you. If I bring him over here, he's gonna go crazy. Okay, I'll let you sleep. See if I can. Oh my gosh. Name a car. I don't know what kind of car. A Corvette. What are these people's obsession with that? I don't get it. I swear if it's something gross and I'm Googling for no reason, I'm gonna be mad. What is it? Oh, it's a girl group. I wouldn't like them. It takes about 2 weeks. I am loom knitting. I don't know for how much longer, though. Probably gonna get off of here. A 1970s. Let me show you the exact one. It took me to eBay. Like that. I agree. Okay, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm gonna mute you. This isn't knitting. This is different. That'd be cute. Autocorrect always corrects his name to the weirdest things. I kind of just want to end the blanket now, but I'm not going to. Right. The blanket's for myself. I am almost done. I do think I'm gonna be getting off of here after I'm done wrapping these, because I am getting bored of loom knitting. And this blanket is making my legs hot. So, looks like I'm not finishing it today. Maybe I will tomorrow. I'll show you how long the blanket is so far and how much yarn I have left. I have heard everything, like literally nothing bothers me. Are you kidding me? Aww. It came off. Well, hopefully I can get this back on. Yay! Oh no. I am not crocheting. I am making a blanket. Don't come off again. Yay. Okay, this is how long it is. It's getting pretty long. Oh. This is how much yarn I have left, so not a lot. It should be done either by tomorrow when I'm live or at some point. I don't know if I'm gonna go live over the weekend. Usually I don't. So if it's not done tomorrow, then it'll be done on Monday's live. Yay. Okay, I'm getting off of here. I will see you guys tomorrow. It's Loom.